Hey everyone.
Hello. Welcome to the Office 365 Pulse, Microsoft 365 Pulse. I think I call it the same every week and say both of them, but welcome. We're going to talk through what features are on the roadmap. We have some for in development. We have some for rolling out, and we have some for canceled. So nothing officially launched this week, which is odd. That's usually not the thing that
Yeah.
gets missed. So, maybe by next week. So we're rolling out there, but a ton in development. So let's be nice to Tom and let him kick us off with in development today.
It's Tom Day. Um, the first one that I will go ahead and mention is Microsoft Teams optimized for video setting for screen sharing. So this provides a setting to optimize screen sharing for video clip playback by reducing the lag and improving the quality, which is really cool because a lot of times you're like, hey, I'm going to play this short video for everybody who's on this call, and the video, do
It turns into a
uh,
slideshow.
yeah, and so they're now going to be improving this quality video playback, which I think is
That's great.
awesome. And the better part is it's coming to everybody, so everybody gets to see that. And then I will also mention, because it's premium and I'll never see it, meeting organizers can manage who can record and transcribe meetings. So if you're in Teams Premium, you're going to see an expanded who can record control for meeting organizers to include transcriptions. With this change, meeting organizers with a Teams Premium license will see a control called who can record and transcribe in the meeting options. And you can pick people to either be organizers and co-organizers or just organizers, co-organizers, and presenters. So if that's something that comes into play for you and something that you need more control of, if you're looking at Teams Premium, you're going to have that particular option starting in March. And again, that goes to everybody. So
Yeah,
there's
it's
that.
it's interesting. We're working on a course right now on Teams Premium features versus standard features, and the biggest one is the meeting recap and different things like that. Well, to get the meeting recap, you have to record and you have to have transcription. So by having both of those, you almost have to have both of those in every meeting. So I
Yeah,
can see why they're giving more control over who's allowed to
makes
do it, who's
sense.
not allowed to do it. So it makes a lot of sense from that
Definitely.
aspect. How
Definitely.
about you, Tamara? What are you loving about in development?
Oh, I am so excited. Microsoft Teams collaborative notes in GCC and GCC High.
Woohoo.
Very excited. You already have this in the commercial instance, but collaborative notes allow meeting attendees to co-create and collaborate on their meeting agenda, notes, and action items. Since collaborative notes are a loop component,
Woohoo! I love loop.
it is always in sync regardless of how many places they live in. Assign tasks in collaborative notes automatically. Hang on to your hats, people. Automatically sync to To-Do and Planner.
Woohoo.
Mm-hmm. It's very nice.
Oh, so happy. Also, Microsoft To Do, the grid view for tasks in Microsoft To Do. I think this is great, especially if you have a lot of tasks you have to manage, to be able to get in there and work with them in a spreadsheet kind of view. So tasks can now be sitting in a grid view in the web version of Microsoft To Do, as well as when using To Do in other apps like Microsoft Outlook. So I'm very excited about those two things. I'm also excited that I finally found out what the parens with the 3 dots and a close parens is called.
Yes.
So it's called different things by different teams, right? Because it's been the
Yes.
ellipses and now it's the chiclet. And I think that
know.
is so funny.
I'm like, it doesn't even look like a
so funny.
chiclet.
Yeah,
I mean, I guess
like,
it kind of
so
does.
For
yeah, I don't
Sandra Pfeiffer and I, they were always drama dots. Just all
Drama
there was
dots.
to
Drama
it.
dots. Okay, that could
I
work.
like
That could
that.
work. Well, now from the chiclet, drama dots, and ellipsis in Microsoft Teams files, you're going to be able to kick off workflows. So putting things there, it would be funny if everyone could standardize on one word for it. I don't think it's going to be chiclet,
No.
But props to the person that got chiclet. You think they were chewing chiclet gums while they were doing it, and then they're like, "Well, this is just like a chiclet."
I can't come up with a better one, so yeah, let's go with it.
I love it. I love it. I like Copilot for OneDrive coming out, so that is very exciting because you can ask it questions to get information about all of your files without having to open the files. You can give it a couple of files and it will summarize them together. So that's really exciting. So we're seeing, Copilot get dropped in all of the different places. I'm excited to see it coming into OneDrive. So those are two that I
that's
like.
not one that I would have. If somebody said, "Oh, let's do Copilot in OneDrive," I'm like, "For what?" And when I first read it, I'm like, "Okay, so the question I'm going to ask is, what are all these stupid things I have out in OneDrive?"
Well, you
But
could.
I
You could
I
ask it,
see
what
you
files have
could.
I not touched in
Exactly.
6
But the
months?
fact that you
What?
could say, "Hey, here's a Word document, summarize this for me," because it's 24 meg, I think that is an awesome use of Copilot for something like
Yeah,
that.
and you can do that now in like the Microsoft Chat. So in the chat, the Copilot chat, the app, you can go in and do that, but you have to go upload you don't upload
Right.
it, but point to the file, blah 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 blah. So I think having it in the OneDrive experience is going to give you the Copilot wherever you need it type
Exactly.
thing. It'll be nice, look at my file structure and give me ideas on the best way to organize this, different things like that. Could be really helpful, I think. How about you, Tamara? Anything else in development?
Well, the one other thing, I know you said that the meeting recap and meeting artifacts were part of premium, but according to the roadmap, it just says Microsoft Teams. Where meeting recap and meeting artifacts automatically
AI
shared
notes,
in the chat.
Well, the AI notes, there's the feature that is premium of the recap summaries and what you can get with Copilot that even takes it to the next level.
Oh,
But
okay.
the AI powered meeting summaries and recaps, that is a premium feature.
Okay. Okay.
So
Because
I'll go
this
ahead
is
and
just doing the transcript recording, collaborative notes, and any files shared.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay, cool.
Whereas
go ahead.
the premium recap is telling you this is how much Tamara talked in the meeting versus Jennifer versus Tom, and here's what they all said, that kind of stuff.
The three of us in a meeting, that would be a big number.
And
also Microsoft Search, the video search in Bing, Office.com, and SharePoint. So our new video vertical on Bing, Office.com, and SharePoint will provide better search capabilities for videos within your organization. And that should be coming out real soon because it says February 2024.
Awesome.
I'll go ahead and throw out a couple here.
Yeah.
Outlook, drag and drop to download attachments and emails in the new Outlook for Windows. So this will be really nice because instead of having to try to save the email and figure out where it went to, or I've got attachments and how am I going to download them all, you can just basically open up the new Windows Outlook version and just drag the email over to a file folder local on your computer, and it will back that up. I'm assuming into it like a .eml or a .msg format. Same thing with attachments. So I think that'll be really nice. That's coming out in March.
That works right now in not the new client. So this is one of those features that didn't come forward. And so this is good that it's getting there because this is one of those features that makes me close that and go right back to my old good faithful Outlook that if it's not broke, don't fix it. Actually, if it's not broke, don't make changes. But yeah, that's one of the key features because I would drag and drop files into CRM or into SharePoint or different things like that based on the files. So I am excited about that. In fact, I just copied it to share.
And there is one other thing that it's one of those things that you'd probably never even notice it, but you will now. OneDrive, new empty state images. When I first looked at that, I was like, what is an empty state image? Well, it's new and improved images and text in various views in OneDrive for the web where there are no files associated with those views. So for example, Let's say you have no favorited files. When you open favorited files, instead of just having this blank screen, it'll see an image of a star with a text that reads, items you favorite will show up here. Just means you haven't done it yet. So I think giving somebody that clue of, yes, this is functional, but no, you haven't used it yet is probably a really good idea. So people don't come there going, I don't know what this is. How do I get a favorite out there? Well, now you'll know. So that's coming out in this month, and it's coming out to everybody. So look
That's cool.
for it in client near you.
I've got one, Microsoft Teams chat for organizers and presenters in town halls.
That is a cool idea.
Well, it's great because how many times do we have something like this and then we have a side channel conversation going, and then you're managing, you're having a side channel with the organizers and maybe the presenters. I just did this last week actually, in a workshop we were in. So it's good to have that there so you can chat back and forth. So I'm excited about that one. That's just coming to the enterprise cloud. So I'm sure, just like all things, it will come to the enterprise cloud and then, trickle out.
That was a big part
clouds.
of live events, was having that producers and presenters conversation.
Yeah, because you always want that little chat on the side. You go, did she really just ask that question? Really? That's what you need those things for.
All right, I think we move on to rolling out.
Yeah.
And I have nothing in rolling out that excites me. How about you two?
How about you, Tom?
Do you want me to fake it?
Well, we can just suffice to say nothing exciting is rolling out, but if anyone wants to share something that's boring, go for it.
Yeah, Microsoft Viva, Microsoft 365 groups are now connected to Viva Goal teams. Users will now save time with the simplified setup experience for setting up their Viva Goal teams. Nice. Microsoft Purview, ability to change retention periods on labels set to start retention based on when items are labeled.
That's actually kind of cool. That's kind of cool. So start the clock once you label it.
Yeah, because previously you
that's
couldn't do
there.
it. You couldn't change the retention period based on that. Now you can. And then the final one was deploy your frontline operational hierarchy in the team's admin center. They'll be able to set up their frontline operational hierarchy to map their organizational structure to frontline teams' locations to a hierarchy in the team's admin center. I think this also ties into something that I saw hit the roadmap message center today, and I'm curious how they're going to do this, but they deemed it frontline type stuff, but I think it's going to apply to everything. And that is, you can now start to get the app mentions, and there's automatic app mentions out there. If you have, obviously, your AD probably set up correctly, but it sounds like you're going to start getting things like at maybe a cost center, at F162. And everybody who's in that cost center who happens to belong to that team is going to be able to get notified. A particular department, a particular division, rather than just
sounds like
owners.
Chaos for people who do not have well-structured and managed
yeah.
AD.
yeah. I mean, in
Which
our
is
situation,
everybody. If you're one of these people, you are not alone.
In our situation where I work, this would actually work really well.
So how long until somebody ats the wrong somebody and sends an at message to like
day
200
two.
people?
Day 2.
Could be scary. Or that could be. Yeah. Could be good. Could be great, and could be hilarious.
Could be not.
So
Okay.
But that's great. Well, thank you for rolling out for us, Tom.
You betcha. You can have canceled.
I'll go with canceled. This one actually bums me out, and I don't like their reasoning. But Microsoft Power BI Copilot dashboard. Can I even say it? For Viva Insights.
You're so sad you can't.
I'm so sad I can't say it. But the Copilot dashboard was going to be a new Power BI app that would go in and help organizations prepare for a Copilot rollout, which is fantastic. And then it was going to help them track adoption and impact of Copilot. And one thing we do know for sure is that if we're going to be investing what we're investing into Copilot, we're going to want to be tracking adoption and making sure that people are utilizing it and using it. But they said, note, We have made the decision to cancel this planned release. We apologize for any inconvenience this may cause. I was hoping it would maybe say we're canceling this for now. We have a different solution coming because the concept is great. So I'd love to see more information on that. And I'm sure, I mean, these things don't go away for a bad reason. So I'm sure there's a reason that they had to change it or change approach. So I'm hoping we'll hear more or see more in this space, get some more updates soon.
Makes sense.
But well, that's it for this week, guys. So thank you so much for a quick update of everything on the roadmap. And we will be back next week for another episode. So thank you, everybody.
Bye.